walk into a room you have never been in. A stranger says something you have never heard. And suddenly, the floor drops out because every cell in your body is screaming, "I have been here before. I have lived this exact moment." Here is the part nobody tells you. It is almost certainly not a glitch. It might be the opposite. And honestly, science still does not fully know. That eerie shiver you call déjà vu is most likely your brain running an error check, a tiny internal fact check, catching a mistake in real time and flagging it to you. So before you go reaching for past lives, or the simulation, or a crack in the universe, sit down, because the boring truth is so much weirder and so much more impressive than the magic you wanted it to be. To get why, you need to know that your memory is not one thing. It is at least two separate jobs running on two different systems. One job is recollection. The other is familiarity. They usually agree with each other so smoothly that you never notice they are two different employees. Déjà vu is the rare moment they openly disagree, in front of you, out loud. Recollection is the detailed one. It is the system that says, "Yes, I remember this, and here is exactly why. I was here on Tuesday with these people, and that is the chair I stubbed my toe on." Recollection comes with receipts, a full file, time, place, context, the whole story attached. When recollection works, you do not just feel something, you know it. Familiarity is the other employee, and it is much faster and much lazier. Familiarity does not bring receipts, it just hands you a feeling. This is familiar. I have seen this, and it stops talking. It does not tell you where, or when, or why. It is the gut-level hunch that you have met someone before, while their actual name and face refuse to load. Familiarity is just a vibe with a confidence problem. And here is where it gets physical. That familiarity feeling is generated by a small structure deep in your temporal lobe called the rhinal cortex. In the medial temporal lobe, which researchers like Cleary have tied directly to that sense of, "I have seen this before." It is a little familiarity buzzer. Its entire job is to light up and go, "Yep, recognize this," when you encounter something you actually have. Normally that buzzer is incredibly useful. It fires when you see your own front door, your friend's face, your coffee mug. Recognized, recognized, recognized. You do not even consciously notice, because the familiarity buzzer and the recollection file clerk are agreeing on everything. The system is humming. Déjà vu is what happens when that little buzzer fires by mistake, in a place it has genuinely no business firing. Picture it. You walk into a brand new room. The familiarity buzzer, for some reason, misfires and screams, "Familiar, I know this." But then the detailed system, recollection, goes looking for the actual memory to back that up. The receipts, the when and the where. And it finds nothing. An empty drawer. A loud feeling of recognition with no file behind it. That mismatch, that contradiction, is the entire experience of déjà vu. It is the deeply specific, deeply uncomfortable sensation of strongly recognizing something while simultaneously knowing with total certainty that you absolutely cannot have seen it before. The feeling says yes, the facts say no, and both are shouting at the same volume. That collision is the unbearable part, the hair standing up part. Now here is the flip, and it is the whole reason you should stop being scared of this. You have been treating déjà vu as a sign your memory is failing, a bug, a short circuit, proof your brain skipped a frame, or that something is broken upstairs. That instinct is completely backwards. The mismatch you feel is not the failure. The mismatch is the safety system catching the failure. This is the big idea from a neuroscientist named Akira O'Connor and his team. They scanned people's brains while triggering déjà vu in a lab, and they expected the memory regions to light up, like a false memory was being created. That is not what happened. The regions that lit up were the frontal areas, the conflict detection and decision-making parts. the parts whose job is to referee a memory conflict. Read that again, because it rewires the whole thing. Deja vu did not light up the part of your brain that stores fake memories. It lit up the part of your brain that fact-checks memories. The part that referees. The internal auditor that sits there going, wait, that familiarity signal does not match our actual records. Something is off here. Deja vu is your brain catching a mismatch in real time and telling you about it. So the spooky shiver is not your mind malfunctioning. In the leading theory, it is the exact opposite. It is your memory system working so well that it noticed one of its own components told a small lie, and it refused to let that lie pass without flagging it. The deja vu feeling is your internal fact checker showing its work, raising its hand, going, I caught that. You are welcome. Think about what the alternative would be. A brain that did not catch that mismatch would just accept the false familiarity. It would quietly file the new room under, yeah, been here, no big deal, and move on, smearing fake memories into your real ones without a single alarm. The genuinely broken version of this system is not deja vu. The broken version is the silent absence of deja vu, which means, and I cannot stress this enough, the people getting plenty of deja vu may have a particularly vigilant fact-checker, a memory auditor on high alert. Some research even hints that deja vu gets rarer as you get older, possibly because that monitoring system relaxes its standards over time. So the creepy feeling you have been quietly dreading, it is a false alarm, sure, but it is a false alarm attributed correctly. That is a feature. Now let me kill the other thing you secretly believe. Deja vu feels predictive. It comes with this maddening certainty that you know what happens next. The corner you are about to turn. The word they are about to say. People take that as proof of premonition, of having glimpsed the future. And Cleary actually tested this directly, in virtual reality. And the result is brutal. It is just a feeling. In her experiments, people deep in the grip of deja vu, fully convinced they could predict the next turn in a path, performed no better than random guessing. The feeling of knowing the future was sky high. The actual ability to know it was flat zero, no better than chance. So that powerful sense of premonition riding shotgun with deja vu is not a glimpse of tomorrow. It is the familiarity buzzer overselling again. So why does the buzzer misfire at all? The leading suspect is shape. Cleary's work points to spatial layout. You walk into a new hotel lobby, and the arrangement, the desk here, the plant there, the staircase curving that way, secretly matches some old place you genuinely visited but completely forgot. Your familiarity system recognizes the pattern, the skeleton of the scene, even though your recollection cannot place where it came from. Same shape, no receipt. That is why it feels familiar. And this is strangely comforting. It means deja vu is probably not nonsense. It is often a real memory, just one stripped of its label. The original experience is in there somewhere, too faint or too buried to fully retrieve, but similar enough in structure to set off the alarm. Your brain is not inventing a past. It is dimly, clumsily, reaching toward a real one that it cannot quite grab. A memory you have, but cannot reach. Here is the honest part though. The part where I am not going to lie to you. Science does not fully have this solved. It is one of the hardest things in memory research to study, because deja vu is fleeting, unpredictable, and impossible to summon on command. There are several competing theories, and the conflict detection model is the leading one, not the final one. We are looking at a true mystery here, with the leading explanation being your fact checker fired and got attributed to the wrong place. There is one more thread, and I will be careful here, because this is a place to describe, not advise. Deja vu shows up far more intensely in people with a certain kind of temporal lobe epilepsy, where it can arrive as part of a seizure aura. Researchers, not me, study that link precisely because it points a flashlight at the same brain region, the medial temporal lobe, that the familiarity system lives in. That is a research clue. It is not a diagnosis, and it is not a directive. Most everyday déjà vu is utterly ordinary. So zoom back out. For the vast majority of people, the occasional jolt of déjà vu is not a crack in reality, not a recovered past life, not a software bug, and not your memory rotting. It is, in the best current understanding, the sound your memory makes when it catches one of its own small errors. It is not proof your alarm is broken. It is proof the alarm works. Which honestly reframes the whole feeling. The next time that uncanny shiver runs up your spine, and the room goes strange, and you are certain you have lived this before, you do not have to brace for the supernatural. You can do something far more smug. You can recognize it for what it most likely is. An internal auditor, mid-shift, briefly showing you its receipts. A system so careful, it tells you when it almost got fooled. You are not glitching. You are not haunted. You are not slipping through a tear in the universe into a life you already lived. You are watching, from the inside, the single most overqualified fact-checker in your skull do its job in real time, catching a tiny lie before it could spread. That hair-raising little shiver is not your memory failing you. It is your memory leaning over and quietly whispering, "Do not worry, I caught it."